Hi, my name's Mick Godwin. I'm a professional business broker, and in this video, I'm going to talk about business broker fees, what you should be worried about, what are the industry standards, and some of the reasons why they are what they are. So if that sounds something that you would be, you're keen to learn more about, then stick around and watch this short video. One of the main questions I get asked are how much are your broker fees? And the short answer is that is I can't really answer it until I've had a look at the business. Now, to use an analogy, would you get quotes of a builder who hasn't seen the plans to build the house yet? But there's some people on the market that expect an answer to this, and I guess all I can say to those people, all I do say is, that I'm not able to help them at this stage. There are some industry standards that I can always point people to in regards to broker commission. And some of that being, look at the businesses under $1 million in value, it's usually about 8%. And as it goes over that $1 million, it can fall as the business value goes up. There's always a minimum, or there should be a minimum, because selling a $100,000 business is the same amount of work, probably if not more, than selling a $500,000 business. So that minimum is usually around $20,000 to $30,000. Just sort of the same as what you'd expect in a house, a $500,000 house. However, most vendors have not gone through the sales process before, so they can sometimes mistakenly make comparisons to when they sold their house, and not the actual number but the percentage. So they sort of get this idea in their head that it's around 2 to 3% as well. So to give you an idea of why the fees percentages are higher than in real estate, I've got 9 reasons for you. There's plenty more. Firstly, selling a business has a lot longer lead time than real estate. We've just come from a hot market, still in a hot market, and you could get a number of offers after one open inspection on a weekend, whereas in a business sale, you're really looking between 3, 6, even 12 months before you're getting towards settlement. 2, there's far more expertise in selling a business. You need to be sort of quite well versed in financial literacy, understand the operations of that specific business and that industry. There's probably industry specific knowledge, and also the more you know about that business, the better chance you have of articulating and talking with the buyer, who might be looking for a strategic advantage by acquiring another business in that field. Number 3, we don't have the luxury of just entering an address into a database and it giving us an appraised price that generally you would accept, or the whole market would accept as quite accurate. Therefore, the knowledge and expertise that a broker has gained or has is built up over many, many years. Number 4, there's a large portion of real estate buyers who are buying on emotional thinking rather than rational thinking. For example, that they need a house to live, or they can, they go through the inspection and they can see their kids running around the backyard, things like that. And even if the buyer is a little bit emotionally involved in the business, I think their accountant is usually the first person to knock that out of them pretty quickly. A business sale usually takes multiple parties to all come together, and you'll have accountants on both sides that might be disagreeing over the numbers or the of what they perceive that the numbers stack up to be. You'll have solicitors, you'll have financial advisors, you'll have a number of different directors who might all want their own, have the deal shaped in their own way. So you need to bring all those parties together, and also you need to help maybe negotiate some sticky clauses that have been inserted into a contract off the advice of their solicitor. And it's always a challenge to help smooth out that clause if they're getting advice from a third party. Business brokers definitely have a sales mindset for walking a buyer down the buying path, because as I said earlier, it can take quite a long time and you need to be engaged with that buyer for so long. It's not a quick sale. It's not a commitment for a couple of weeks. It's usually a couple of months or even a couple of years. And lastly, there's a high risk of buyers not getting the finance required to make the purchase. So all this does is reduce the buyer pool, and contracts can fall over at finance quite often. So how do you know if this broker is the right one for you? Well, when you're talking to different brokers, look for the ones who are asking you questions, who are facilitating conversation about some of the things, some of your goals, what you'd like to get out of it. but also they're learning what they can talk to the buyer about as well, because all buyers are coming in with their own angle about what they can do with the business or how it's going to help them in the future. So all I can say is that there aren't too many guarantees when it comes to successfully selling your business at the highest price with the least hassle and in good time. But one thing is for sure, successful sales are not usually achieved by the cheapest broker. In fact, no sale is usually achieved by the cheapest broker. So to summarize, if you would like to know more about what the next step is for you, if you're looking at selling your business, then get in touch. You can email me, reach out, call me directly on the details below, and I'll be happy to help you become clear on what your next steps to successfully selling your business.